man of God. You're an abomination, a filth.
Alright guys, have you guys seen Wronged Us from earlier this year? Cause since it is coming from an indie developer, there's a really good chance that it missed the big reveals of IGN and other YouTube channels. In any case, Wronged Us came out way late last year than earlier this year, and once again just now, as a semi-open world survival horror, Silent Hill inspired third-person player. The game is now set to be released for the next generation consoles and PCs only, sometime next year.
You won't make it.
We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer.
Alan Wake 2 is, personally speaking, by far my own most anticipated game of 2023 when it comes to horror games though. Like, it's literally right up there with Dead Space Remake and the Callisto Protocol, if nothing else. Remedy Entertainment actually came out and said that Alan Wake 2 will be a proper survival horror game this time, and that is considering that Remedy has always been coming with nothing but greatness, and never actually promised something like this for a game. In any case, if you didn't know, Alan Wake 2 is now scheduled to release early to mid next year for PCs and the next generation of consoles only. At number 3, we've got Slitterhead. I'm not sure if I have mentioned this one before, but it is actually from the same creator of the old 1999 Silent Hill, the first game, as a pretty unique standalone and original IP with the aim, and I just quote, to create the most fearful situation in a horror game, which I don't really buy, to be honest. I mean, like, we've got the Callisto Protocol coming on, but anyway, this game's set to be released sometime in 2024. If not earlier.
Open your mind to a whole new way of being. There's real, spiritual opportunity here. Prismic science is the key to profound realignment of your entire way of being.
Moving on, we have with us once again the Chant, what is described as a third-person spiritual nightmare. What you'd probably get if, and this is my own interpretation, if you were to mix Silent Hill with The Medium, which is technically a Silent Hill-inspired game, but just in case you're new to that, it's a puzzle adventure horror game. Like, the Chant over here is just mostly survival action, but it is an exploration based with some cosmic horror elements. Check it out. Game's now set to be released November 3 this year for PCs and the next generation consoles only.
Gloom to glory.
Return to me what is mine.
I'm telling you, Jess, being here is going to change your life.
Is it 2 or 3 years since its announcement? It doesn't really matter. Guys, we've been waiting on an update for the new, long-awaited new Silent Hill entry, and by the time that I'm saying this, probably the new trailer hasn't been released. But today, October 19, is the day we're getting some new light on the new Silent Hill projects. And just so you know, or get a better idea, we have about 3 Silent Hill projects in the making, so after you've seen this video, just make sure to head out and Silent Hill on YouTube for any further updates. Anyway, moving on. Coming up behind that, we've got Ill, that is technically one of the most mind-blowing first-person dark atmosphere horror games in the making. I mean, like, I still get this question a lot, if this is a real game or just a concept. The answer to that question is 100% yes. This game is being developed by a real team who even started a Kickstarter campaign in addition to a Patreon, and this is in-game footage, apparently. However, a release date for this next-generation console game is still yet to be announced.
You there, Mike? I made my way in. Found some sort of administrative room. It's a total mess here.
Shit. They were really rushing out of there, weren't they? Alright, head to the dome. It might be your only way down.
This first chapter of Scott and Beth's tale takes place in an abandoned school known as an alleged place of worship for a deranged cult.
Alright guys, do any of you even remotely remember Death of Rose? This is a third-person horror exploration game, or was heavily inspired by Silent Hill games, came around like 5 years ago. It is actually now 5 years in the making. It was even set to be released last year. However, if you're wondering, the game ain't dead. In fact, developers just came out and said, we're hoping to get it done by the end of 2022, and they even released a new trailer. Check it out. In case you missed it.
It's all a bit cryptic, and we really don't want to spoil too much.
And I don't really want to leave them really abandoned. I mean, they were built for some purpose, I feel like.
Forgetting them would mean that we forgot about people who lived here once?
Yeah, I guess so.
Our team has been fully committed to a shared vision for this experience, in which the gorgeously detailed environments are accented by an atmospheric soundtrack. Furthermore, the intricate history of the school sets up many perspectives for players to interpret.
There's an old saying about this place called hell where bad people go to after they're dead, after they die. But the worst part about hell is not the flames, it's the hopelessness.
At number 8, we've got what's called Luto, or Ludo. This is a first-person psychological narrative-based horror game, and about a man who's kind of trapped in his own house due to some psychological reasons, apparently. I mean, it's a psychological horror game, isn't it? After all, what you'd be doing mostly here is just solving puzzles as opposed to dealing with freaks of nature. Check it out. This game's set to be coming to the PlayStation 4, 5, and PCs only early to mid next year. Stray Souls, on the other hand, has been sitting on Steam through a playable demo since earlier this year, and I do highly recommend giving this one a shot if you have ever enjoyed a survival horror shooter. Developers actually came up with the aim to bring back some Silent Hill goodness into the scene with this one in a first-person perspective and in portions only. Check it out. This game is even built using Unreal Engine 5 and only rumored to be released by the end of this year for PCs only.
誰も覚えていないことは存在しないことになるのだろうか。
At number 10, we actually have a little bit of Fatal Frame action coming over to the West, finally, called Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. This is a survival horror game by Koei Tecmo that was first released in 2008 for the Nintendo Wii only, and now as a Japanese exclusive IP and now fully optimized, voiceover in English, and now on its way to the hybrid console as well. Check it out. This game is coming over to other consoles as well, of course, somewhere between January to March next year. Moving on, we've got, actually from a little over 3 months ago, sitting on Steam, what's called Post-Trauma. This is a pretty old classic-inspired horror game with a fixed camera angle, just like old Silent Hill games, and pretty much actually based in the same aesthetic. Post-Trauma is set to be released for PCs only sometime later this year at its full, and it's available to play through a demo on Steam as well right now. Check it out just in case you missed it. Alright guys, now Them and Us, on the other hand, is sitting on Steam with also a free demo and also in its early access phase for about $35, I believe, since last year, with very positive review scores on Steam. This is a survival horror game just about some woman searching for her missing daughter in terms of story, and with a lot of resemblance to old classic Resident Evil games, hence the camera angle also. Check it out. Game in its full set to be released, including a new DLC sometime later this year. Moving on from earlier this year at the Game Awards, we've got once again what's called Aftermath, which is a psychological survival thriller, not really much of a horror game, or at least what it is labeled as, and one that is set in a post-apocalyptic Earth and one that you'll be playing as an astronaut. Check it out. This game is expected to be released sometime next year, and this might just be actual gameplay. If not, well, I believe it's mixed with some cutscene. In any case, make sure to stay tuned for an update on this particular game next month.
Unit 503 on patrol, report to dispatch.
503 to dispatch. Detective Peter Bannard on duty.
Hey Peter, what's your location?
Usual patrol. What's going on?
Westwood Shadows number 14 comes at last as a single game out of a Kickstarter campaign to this list, and a first-person puzzle-solving exploration-based atmospheric horror game, which has been in development I believe for 2 years, if not 3, and now set to be released for PCs only by the end of this year.
Left.
Just as surprised as you. Peter, listen, I can get another patrol.
I'll be fine, Carson. I'll be fine. You got a registered owner on record?
Affirmative, 503. Residence is registered to a Nathan and Jane Foster.
Copy, dispatch. I'm en route.
Report back when you reach the premise, 503. Good luck, Peter. Over.
Don't worry about it, honey. Just finish work as soon as you can and come home. No, yes, we'll pick up the cake and the candles on our way back from the park.
503 to dispatch. Front alley's blocked off. Some lights are on. The front door looks open.
Copy. Any vehicle in contact?
Negative. I'll let you know. Over.
Guess it's time to go home.